Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80. White 54, white 54. Go, Captain, let's go. We got this, we got this. Let's wait, wait.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Ryan. Open man is Noah Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
They're not ready for this. They say check. Y'all playing the wrong football. Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, here's Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Panthers first down. First and 10.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Shut one in! Look at him! Here we go, here we go!
Here's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williamson. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. McCaffrey following the penalty. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end. Zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's got his target. That's more. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here we go. Get ready.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert. On pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Man, he got in there so offense have done to adjust and account for that.
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to. We still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
30 seconds. 25. Check in. Coming this way. Here we go. No. You go tight. You got tight. Hey, 59, ready. 49. Check 49.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Ryan. Quick hitch, complete. It's Gray. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 5 now. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shane Ray with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
All day, dog.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey as the first half is winding down. As they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, look three.
To throw is Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
59, ready. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I got you. I got 40.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Howard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
22.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Rush in. Hey, wait. Rush in. Wide. 20. Check 99. Check. Crunch. Slam.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. A gain of 22.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Switch. Watch the seat 11.
Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Don't get nervous. Jim. Check three. Hey, watch it. Bang.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's taken down inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
Get it together, defense. Check out. Wait. 25.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Watch the shit. That's the what. 21. That's the what. Ready to go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Check 51, down. Check.
From the gun, Ryan looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, and out comes the Falcon kicker, Giorgio Tavecchio. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
First down at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
This is McCaffrey looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Newton. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much.
Trying to fit it into more, but it's intercepted. picked off by DeMonte Casey. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He'll get the football here. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now left side on the swing pass. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Throw left side complete. That's Williamson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Panthers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons are going to get it at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He's coming, double up. Take the edge, take the edge. Come.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On third down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he coughed it up. And the Falcons grab it. And some room to maneuver. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Kill.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
The 17-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. Back 25.
The carry here for the big tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Tavecchio puts this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
Ready, ready. Shoot. It's our time. It's our time.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big time.